Hey everybody, how we doing today? Spencer over here at FairweatherFriends. With me are my two co-hosts, Connor and Enoch. So a little bit of a backstory of how we all got together, right? So I'm originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out the 2-6. And I've always had this ambition of being in front of a camera and behind a mic. And in Charlotte, didn't really meet the people, put me in the right spot. And then I got to Ali. Shout out to the June class. I got in front of some people who really motivated me to get that done, right? And no better time than the present. So I appreciate both of you. You really put me on the right track here. And I'm going to let you guys say a little bit about you, and then I'm going to hop into me, and then we're going to get right into the meat of this. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, like Spencer just said, shout out Ali June class. We came
class,
up together.
You know.
I guess how we really connected was we got put on the same team, eventually got sat beside each other. You saw me checking out a manga I was reading on my phone.
Pretty sure you were reading One Piece.
One Piece, that's what it was. I was checking out the newest chapter. And then finally made a connection, so we just started shit-talking each other with our own opinions.
Yep.
And one thing led to another. And this is how we got here. And I've been just looking forward to actually getting this thing started off its feet. So
absolutely. Enoch, go ahead. Drop us some knowledge.
Oh, yeah. So my name is Enoch Lenore. I'm a producer based out of North Carolina. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. Shout out to the 336. Honestly, I think one of my earliest interactions with Connor that I really fuck with, I was walking past his desk. He has quotes on his desk every day. And it's a different quote. And I don't know if it was like a Michael Scott one or something like that, but I remember I saw one of the quotes. All of his quotes, I know where they come from. And so to me, that gave a good indication of like who Connor was, the type of shit that he fucked with. So I knew that we catch a vibe. And when it came to Spencer, it was pretty similar. So one thing I'm excited about for this podcast is all the ways that we see eye to eye on topics. But I'm also excited in all the ways that we might jet heads just a little bit where we don't quite agree on something, just so I can pick y'all brains on y'all perspectives. And at the end of the day, man, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can. I'm not as caught up on everything because I do got a lot of shit going on, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to be as tuned in as I possibly can be, learn as much as I can from you fellas. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you both being here. Let's go ahead and drop one of the things. Fuck One Piece. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just haven't watched it yet. You know, I got to hop into it. You know, I'll hop into the 2000 episodes eventually. But we do have a great segment here today. We'll pick both of their brains on a little bit of anime and manga. Also, we're going to talk about some comedians. I'm going to sit back and shut the hell up on comedians. I don't know nothing about it, but I do have some opinions on the TikTok matter. And then we're going to wrap it up, talk a little bit about what we all got going on, and I'm going to put some insight into what we have in the future. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Now, the first thing is, obviously, I got to talk about myself, right? That's why we're all here, to see me, you know. So, disrespectful. So the first thing is I do have two little ones. I got two beautiful daughters and I got a loving fiance. Shout out Monique. I appreciate you letting me do this. Love you. So they're going to be on the, they're going to be on the talk. They're going to be on the IG. They're going to be sprinkled in and out. Might even let them do a guest feature one time. And other than that, I love learning everything, right? Just like Enoch said, if there's anything that I can bring to the podcast, I'm going to do it. But also too, I want to learn. If there's somebody we bring on that drops some knowledge, I'll probably be over here with a little bit of book, or I'll be writing on my phone, and I want to drop some knowledge, right? Because at the end of the day, as long as we can, iron sharpens iron. So if we can all come in and we can bring something to the podcast, hopefully you guys learn some stuff. Hopefully you guys can comment. Tell us what we got wrong, right? I promise you I'm not perfect. Enoch's perfect. Connor's Connor, right? So, please, by all means, let us know what we messed up on. Sure. And I promise you I'll be reading the comments every single day. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into it, guys. Now, first thing I mentioned was a little bit of anime, a little bit of manga. Now, Enoch, I want to hear you first, man. What are we caught up on? What do we got going on? What's in the arsenal for the manga and the anime?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you asking. I'm caught up on a lot of anime, y'all, because I want y'all to know how much I truly care about staying up to date with just the freshest anime out there. So I'm caught up on Dragon Ball Z, not Super. Naruto, not Shippuden, the original one. Inuyasha, all the way caught up, bro. I'm done with that shit. So, but for real, guys, I'll be busy, y'all. I'll be busy, so I'm not as caught up. But just to show y'all, but I'm really about this anime life, bro. I love this shit. Okay. I just be busy. That's a kunai. That's a kunai with the symbol of Konoha in the middle. That's how much I'm about this shit.
Okay.
I just don't got time to be about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think what happened to me is I was super into anime until One Piece kept going. And I was just like, I can't.
I told you,
I don't have the time.
Hey,
It's
man,
stressful,
listen,
bro.
hashtag fuck One Piece.
It's just
Aggressive
stressful.
as hell.
It's just-
Peak fiction.
It's just stressful. It's stressful to keep up with. They still haven't found the treasure. They're still looking for it.
They just started looking for the treasure.
Ain't
We
that the
just
problem?
got
Thousands of episodes we just
got the crew together. We're going after it.
I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. I don't care when y'all see this. The One Piece is going to be
This
the
is
power
some
of friendship.
bullshit.
Oh yeah, literally. No,
One
there's no
Piece
treasure.
is going
That's
to
the
be
gag,
the power
bro.
of
That's
friendship.
the gag. The gag
I'm
is at the
calling it
end.
now.
There's no treasure, bro.
Exactly.
Has to be. Has to be. I don't.
I'm calling it right now. This man's sick.
Because you know
I'm
how
telling
stressful. You know how stressful
He
One
is
Piece
sad.
fan is.
He's not. Oda Sensei hates that friendship bullshit. He specifically said, now if it is, I'll go jump off a fucking cliff because I will hate that shit. But if it's not, it's gonna be, I don't know, a city of gold or some crazy shit. I don't know. But he deserves to have his fucking treasure.
How pissed would fans be if they got through thousands of episodes?
No, see, most fans will probably be happy with some shit like
Just to
that.
be like,
No.
Listen,
the
I'm
real
telling you,
treasure's
it's
in
just-
here,
listen,
dog.
It's going to be like The Walking Dead. Rick's going to wake up eventually, right? Like, if anybody watches The Walking Dead, I'm so far behind on it. I think I'm still stuck at the prison. But I promise you, One Piece and The Walking Dead are going to end the same way. One Piece is going to be the power of friendship.
Oh yeah.
The Walking Dead, Rick's going to wake up at the hospital.
This isn't fairy tale.
I'm calling it now.
This
Whole
is not
show,
fairy
bro.
tale.
All right, so Connor, what you got, man? What's on the repertoire for the anime?
So I have all the time in the world. I had not shit going on. So
Hey, you
I've
got
been-
Monty?
yeah, I did just get my little kitten Monty. You'll definitely see him a lot, probably running around. I will definitely highlight him on the talk and Instagram and all that. But going off of everything news coming out, because this year, I guess 2023 was a big year for anime.
That's facts.
2024 is going to be even bigger. And so I'm caught up on JJK. It's still confusing as hell. I get you to explain some shit almost every day to me.
Listen, I
you
gotta
got-
go to wikis all the time. So.
You got me into Blue Lock, and I really didn't think I was going to be about it because sports animes just usually aren't my thing.
Yeah.
But you didn't tell me that they're all out of their fucking minds.
They're all egoists.
They're
baby.
all absolutely insane.
They're all egoists. Yeah.
And other than that, as you know, I finally got you to watch Reincarnated as a Slime. I know you hate those 2-sentence, whole paragraph ass name of an anime.
I drew it reincarnated as a slime. I was like, all right, that's my cutoff because you get into that one time I was reincarnated as a sister's brother and then I got reincarnated again. It's like, can't keep up, man. How many times are we getting reincarnated? But the one thing I will say is, and I asked you this the other day, at what point are they going to stop? It's like,
Until
I'm
he
not even
becomes
caught
God.
up. I'm not even caught up in the manga.
I'm caught up in all the source material.
Yeah,
I told
so-
you, everyone who you think is a big deal right now is
their fodder.
Fodder.
It's like, dude, Enoch, I don't know if you keep up with slime, but Rimuru literally is a slime that can absorb people. So
Takes
very
their
first,
most
So he's
powerful
Kirby.
powers. Yeah.
yeah, he's Kirby. So he literally, very first episode, met one of the most powerfulest characters in the dragon. I think it's Valdora, right?
Valdora, yeah.
Valdora.
Is that first episode?
Very
Yeah,
first
first
episode.
So we cheating
Very
off
first
rip. I
episode.
like it. I like it.
And that's
Absorb
what
them.
I was had to explain. I'm like, this is not a beat around the bush
No.
anime. Like, you got a question, you wait 3 seconds. That
They're
question
going to
will be
explain it.
answered.
I like that.
It's like, oh, how did he get that power? And then it's somebody named Raphael. Answer. Like, literally, you
Yeah.
have a question.
Is that like the
give it-
narrator and shit?
Yeah, narrator,
Yeah.
same voice, narrator, and eventually
Yeah.
becomes like a little AI sidekick.
Yeah.
He's got his
Oh,
head.
tough.
I'm telling you, it's like you got a question, just wait for
So if you
Raphael.
want to talk about
Drop
power
an
scaling,
answer.
Rimuru takes everyone.
So wait,
Goku,
so-
Naruto, Luffy.
So that's one thing I will say. By the end of this episode, I will choose one show that we talk about today, and I'm gonna go through and watch that.
Blue
shit.
Lock.
So is that it?
Blue
I
Lock.
would
That's
say
the one?
I would say
Blue
Blue
Lock.
Lock or Vinland Saga. It just depends on the type of vibe.
Are you
want.
caught up on Vinland?
No. See, that's what I'm saying.
In my opinion, Vinland Saga is an actual masterpiece.
Oh,
With the story of the first
that
season.
sounds like it's winning so far.
Vinland.
I mean, you
Sounds like
tell
it's
me,
beating
like,
the
story
crazy
itself.
egotistical
Blue Lock-
maniacs by a little
Blue
bit.
Lock is the type because I grew up sports, right?
Yeah. What's the
It's
sport for
the-
Blue Light? Is it
It's
soccer,
soccer,
isn't it?
yeah.
That's the one where they actually wore the uniforms for the actual soccer games.
So
didn't
they played the music. in the actual World Cup, they played the music.
But they didn't wear the actual uniforms?
They didn't wear the uniform. They played the music.
I thought they actually wore the uniforms.
Actually, they may have. Somebody fact check us.
I feel like they may have.
I remember they released a preview of it. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Either way, I thought that was cool because it was showing like the reach of the shit, like showing the reach.
Do you want like a real moving story that will like get you thinking about shit, or do you want like an edge of the seat? Like
edge of the seat. That's what I want.
Then you probably want Blue
Lock.
Yeah. If you want something that is going to make you
think
fall
about
in love with the characters, Vinland Saga.
Yeah, make you think about the world and what your place in it.
Yeah.
Well, no. All right. So I do prefer that shit. I prefer some shit's going to fuck up my mind a little bit.
Just, you know what? Let's do this. Vinland Saga, get back to us, Blue Lock.
Are these both?
I think they're both.
How long
both
are
of
these?
them are about 12 episodes.
That's what I was looking for.
You know, it's the standard 1 season, 12 episodes.
Love the 1 season, 12 episode
12 to
animes,
13,
bro.
right?
That's what got me back into it, watching shit like Maxim and shit.
Exactly. So, seems like, you know, apart from Enoch, we're all pretty caught up here. You know, let us know what you're watching right now, too. But I'm also hopping into a little bit of solo leveling. I know you just started it.
Oh, God,
I hopped into the manga. I saw the devilish smile, and I'm just like, okay, I think this is going to go somewhere. And then the anime came out. First episode was absolute fire. And I haven't gotten to the second episode, but I heard they did.
First episode was fire. The second one was something else.
I heard they did the evil smile justice. And then one that's coming out that I'm super excited for is Sakamoto Days. I don't know if either of you are familiar with it.
That's the retired spy with the mustache.
No, the retired assassin.
Assassin, that's right.
He's a retired assassin who...
Say get it right.
Yeah. My bad. Nah, the retired assassin who opens up his own grocery store and just the things that happen. It's absolutely insane.
Interesting.
It seems like it's like a comedy / slice of life.
Yeah.
Oh, I like those ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like those ones. What's it called?
Sakamoto Days. I don't know how to spell that.
It sounds like it almost has the same vibe as The Way of the House Husband. That's on Netflix.
Yes. Where he's watching the Roomba.
Yeah, he's an ex gangster in the not mafia. What is it called?
Yakuza.
Yeah, in the Yakuza. He's retired, and he just becomes a house husband.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like the only thing I remember about the house husband is where he's watching the Roomba, because I'm pretty sure that was a meme.
And probably the one where he's getting his cat's balls cut off. He says, "Sorry, bud. I didn't mean to do this to you."
No,
what episode is that?
So, moving on. So, this is a question that I've had on my heart. And, you know, feel free. Like I say, Enoch, you might want to sit this one out. But let me know, right? What do you feel like has the best adaptation from manga to anime? I actually have a list here that I'm going to read off. So, we'll go over that. You guys tell me if you agree or disagree or if you abstain. So let me go ahead and pull it up real quick here. All right. Here we go. So this is from Screen Rant.
Okay.
Hashtag best anime adaptations. So tried to pull Reddit, but people got way too technical. All right. First off, Spy Family. I read the manga. I agree. I think the episodes that are coming up are about to be really good, but it did take a dive.
What was you was agree, disagree? What was the third one?
Abstain.
Right.
See,
So
I told you.
From the source material with Spy Family, I feel like obviously they didn't include everything from the manga, but what they did include, it seemed to be almost like a page for page replica.
Oh, for sure.
So like as a adaptation, I'd say they did a really good job.
For sure. All right, the next one, Attack on Titan.
All right, so that one I am familiar and caught up on.
Perfect. What you think? Good representation? Could have done better? What you think?
I mean, I guess similar point. Like, I mean, it's just a lot to leave out, and I think violence in anime always takes a slight backseat to the anime adaptation. Like another example of that is like Naruto. Like you see the manga, and it's like you see the hands literally go through people's skin.
Yeah.
Where in the anime, they got to tune it down just a little bit, which is saying something just because of how Attack on Titan is.
Yeah, that Chidori's lethal.
The one thing I'll say, I was more scared of the manga than the anime. But I do think they did a really good job early on in Attack on Titan and kind of capturing that fear. I do think they got away from it a little bit as the show progressed. But decent. Like I think that was a decent.
Who wrote Attack on Titan? Remind me again, Connor.
I have no idea.
I got to remember. But my biggest thing is, say Drew, if you can throw in a bubble who made that for us. But my biggest thing is, like you said, perfect example. They really captured the fear of the Titans. I think there was no fault, and there was no doubt that the Titans were the enemies. But as the seasons go on, you start to realize these Titans are no more than people who were abandoned by a society.
That's it.
So that's when Aaron flips, and he's like, wait, they're not my enemy. They're my enemy. So then that last season is
everyone
nothing
outside
more.
these walls.
Exactly.
Get these hands. I
He
want to be
said,
free.
"Listen," he said, listen, I'm going to perfectly eliminate every single person over there. There is not going to be a single person alive when I'm done with them. That's powerful.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
determination.
dead ass. Like that's what I love about that show, that story in general. Just because Aaron is one of the few anime characters who, for better or for worse, to what happened to him, stood on business.
120%.
Never back down.
That man stood on business. And the thing is, I think he was right.
I think so too.
I think he was right.
Swear to God.
I think he was right.
I think the fucked up thing about it though is he was right, but it didn't change anything for human history.
Man, listen.
That's what it blew my mind at the very end.
When he died, Enoch, sorry if this is a spoiler,
It's
man.
not.
I think you said you're caught up.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
caught up.
perfect.
Yeah.
When he died and he was sitting in that thought process with Armin, and Armin said, I can't believe I'm not going to remember any of this, I almost cried. I was like, man, this is pulling on every single heartstring. Mikasa, he opened his eyes for her. That was the only time he opened his eyes during the rumbling. That pulled on some heartstrings.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw that he kept his eyes closed through the entire rumbling and then only opened them just to see her one last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, man, he cared for her. And then he broke down sobbing, like, I don't want her to find anybody else. I want her to be with me, blase, blase. Like, man, it
I know he loved her, but
psychological-
I would say that's the one time he kind of dropped the ball.
Yeah,
Hold those tears in, my boy.
Yeah.
That's what like he did kind of bitch out that one little part, but he made them forget, so it's all right.
Yeah,
But
that's why he did it. He was like,
I just remember watching it and be like, "Oh, dog, no."
hey, the man hit him with the Men in Black. Like,
Swear
go
to
ahead,
God,
look
like,
at this for me. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, hey, Mikasa stood on business too, man. That one part where she was chasing the female Titan.
I don't think there's an anime that has more characters that stood
on
business.
business. Swear to God.
I mean, Levi,
Yeah.
Irwin,
Captain Irwin.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to be
Aaron,
a cold,
Swear to
Mikasa.
God.
bro. You got to be a cold individual to lead people to their death.
Oh, yeah. Which was that whole show.
speech. I was like, "Where's my horse?"
Dead
Like,
ass, bro.
Like,
Dead ass. And then
Man.
for him, before
And
it
it
happened to him,
incites that urge to die for a greater cause. I'm a
Literally.
man. Let me
which
die.
which I felt was what that show did the best, was make you feel
Mhm.
like you could relate almost to the feelings of this post-dystopian situation, even though it's like, wild fiction. But yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And then this one switches up a little bit, Jujutsu Kaisen, but I'm almost caught up with everything.
I think the manga outpacing the anime.
Oh, it has to. It has to. I mean, the anime got to a point where I think they were doing 2 chapters to 2.5 chapters per episode, and to keep that pacing, it's not. It's not.
I mean,
sustainable.
yeah. I mean, the anime, it looks fantastic,
Yeah.
but I mean,
which
the,
is why
the
I think
artwork.
Mappa. I think that's why they're shutting it down until 2025. Because if you try to open it up anytime in 2024, you're going to catch the manga, and that's what a lot like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z had a lot of issues with catching the manga, and then there's Naruto, right? Like Naruto had months of filler because they kept catching the manga. So
Literally.
you really got to pace it out well. But I will say, adaptation for adaptation, I liked it. And then you and I were talking about it today. The part that I like the best is you had a cold ass scene when Sukuna was standing there and he told everybody, if you're within this vicinity and you move, I will kill you. That's the manga, cold ass panel. And then the anime did it better. Like, that's the first time in a while I've seen something like that. So I was excited about it, and I can't wait.
I would
for
say that was
2025.
like the one true scene I thought was better than the anime,
Yeah.
or in the anime than it was for the manga.
Yeah, facts.
But that one scene, was it when he's fucking up Volcano Dude in the manga?
Jogo.
Yeah, Jogo, and he's standing behind him, and he has that shadow of the skull on his face in the manga
Yes.
pages. Like, they did a good job on the anime, but nothing gave me shivers like seeing it in the black and white on the page.
Exactly. And then the fire, too.
Which is another side bit, because I know JJK I'm not huge on, but just that concept I am, how a good manga artist can capture that in black and white, that phenomenally, bro. Because that was my point with like Attack on Titan. I feel like some of those pages, the way they were drawn, were just like, you stared at that shit. Like when you flip the page,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh my God. It's difficult for an anime to capture that for me.
Exactly.
Very
'Cause,
difficult.
I mean, if they focus too much on one thing, something else, something has to give. Like if you put so much detail in this one part, the background's going to be just, you know, a
100%.
blank canvas, and that's people love to be haters, so they're only going to focus on
Exactly.
what was bad, not what was fantastic about it.
I mean, you got people, you know, like GG over here killing it in the game. Then you got people like, you know, Hunter x Hunter's writer. I don't know who it is. Drew, if you can throw another bubble in there for who that is. This man gets a hand cramp and he's on a hiatus for a year, man. So, I mean, eventually we'll get an end. He said, and I quote, if I don't finish this by 2025, I'm just going to drop a bubble of what happens. And if he does that, I might have to take a trip to Japan or wherever he is.
What's
Yeah,
the
that'd be some
creator of
shit, bro.
JJK again?
GG.
GG. He's affecting other mangaka artists.
Nope, Oda is. I'll stand on this.
No,
Oda
I'm saying
is.
so. Another artist from another manga, I don't remember which one it was, said they
Yeah.
had to take a break because they were going through so much like anxiety and trauma from reading and watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's fair.
Like he is
Jujutsu
actually
Kaisen
affecting
is-
the work of other people with his
Jujutsu
character.
Kaisen is, I mean, pretty much Game of Thrones, right? You only get attached to one person.
Yeah, what's like the new meme going around is like Gig is always listening.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like don't talk
It's
about
like-
who your new favorite
It's
character
like, oh
is.
hey,
You'll kill it
oh
off.
man, I
I
really,
kind of fuck with that, bro. Y'all
Bro,
make
I'm
me
saying
wanna
you gotta
tune
go
in.
watch.
That's what I like.
Those are my
I
favorite
don't
shows.
see why everyone has a problem with it. It makes it so much more
listen.
entertaining.
Nah, I
It's
love
like,
shows
oh,
where
man,
it's
I
like
love
anyone can
Nobara.
die.
Bam. Oh man, I really love Megumi. Spoiler alert. Sunken place.
Damn.
Yeah,
So broke.
exactly. So
Oh yeah, I'm tuning in.
yeah, I'm
tuning
telling
in.
you, man. All right, last one here. Little controversy. Demon Slayer. I did not finish the manga. I will
did
say
not either, but I feel like that kind of makes a point itself. The
I
fact that
will
neither of
say-
us finished it.
I will say the adaptations have been so-so. I will say though, I was locked in early 2023 with that fight with Tengen. I was locked in. I had the
Oh, with
little
the
LED
twins?
lights
With the twins?
Yes, I was locked in, man. That was probably one of the best anime fights I've seen in a minute.
I just think it's well animated. Like very, very, very well animated and visually capturing, which is like something that the manga couldn't do as well. So like that's the only tip. I didn't read too far into the manga, so I don't have too much of an opinion. But one thing is like that's an example of one of those shows where like the anime almost had to deliver
Oh, of course.
as far as the visuals go, and I think they did that to the most part, at least so far. I know they're still going with it. So
Yeah.
And
Which-
I mean, you know my experience. Like I like Demon Slayer. I don't think it's as great as everyone says it is. Yes,
Nah.
it's a beautiful anime.
Everybody says
I just think it's gorgeous.
Everybody says
That's it.
the,
The
Like,
story's not that good to me.
the story's not that good
the
to me.
anime style carries. The story is
it's mid. It's like a standard anime
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, there's
Hero.
not going to be a big like switch up or change or reveal.
which
don't
is
see
crazy
it.
because it was in people's like new top 3.
when it first came out, but I think people were also just like looking for something.
Well,
Yes, they were
anime's-
looking for a new top 3.
Yeah,
Anime's
especially-
been just trying on the rise so much and it's gained so much popularity. People are just picking out what they like in the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's going to take a few years to like see what has the legs to like has rewatchability.
Which
Like,
is
JJK will have rewatchability.
Which is the
Facts,
interesting thing
facts.
about anime in general, because it was so niche before.
Yeah.
That now it's like viral. It's like
Man,
literally.
listen, my ass was getting bullied.
Dead ass, bro.
I was getting
Dead ass.
bullied, bro. I'm in there. I'm watching Naruto like,
What do you come on Saturdays at
Toonami.
1 a.m.? Yeah,
bro,
Toonami,
I'm
bro.
watching on
Toonami vibes, bro.
Yeah.
and I got friends knocking on my door like, you watching that anime shit? I'm
Dead
like,
ass.
come on, bro. Like,
Watching those Japanese
let me live.
cartoons.
Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
people come in. You watch
used
the
to
cartoons?
piss me off all the time. I'm like, bro,
Watch for 5
Avatar.
seconds.
Dead ass, bro. Just watch one fight, bro. Tell me you don't
I'm
want
like,
to
bro,
watch it.
Avatar is a fucking cartoon. This is not a cartoon, bro. Like, stop.
I give Avatar a pass anyway. To
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Avatar rock. I ain't gonna. I rock.
But I'm
Avatar,
saying,
so-
bro, it's
I
like
fuck with Avatar heavy.
that's a cartoon, bro. That's a cartoon.
I feel
This is
what you're
not an anime.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of growing up, it's changed now. People like got it now and shit, which is cool. But like growing up, people didn't get that. People didn't get that cartoons and anime were two different things. They didn't understand that anime was this whole subculture of art that was made off of wartime,
Mm-hmm.
literally. Like, so it's not for kids, literally. But people didn't get that in America, which I ain't mad at them because like the only one we really had at the time was like,
And also the people that
Dragon
were
Ball Z.
watching it.
that was it.
You we're not giving it a good fucking rep. You know,
Oh, hell no.
Naruto running through hallways.
We're going through hallways and shit.
It's not giving it a good look.
To that point, sports guy, right? I play Madden. There is the Naruto.
There's a Naruto
running
run.
celebration.
It's an
into
emote
the end
now.
zone,
Yeah.
bro. You literally hold your two triggers and hold X or A on your stick,
Yeah.
and you literally run into the end zone doing the Naruto run. So that literally is to show you just how far we've come, bro. Because you're right,
exactly.
bro. People used to get picked on in school for doing
Dude,
that shit.
who's the running back,
Oh,
bro?
swear
The
to
running
God.
back for the Lions, and I think he was
Super
with
nerd. Huge nerd.
with the Saints.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Dude, he called himself the Swag Kaze.
Dead
So
ass.
like that's how far it's come along. Addison Adesanya, I think. Yeah. This next one, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I don't know much about comedians. Connor, you and I talk about them every so often. I listen to you, bro, but I try. I do have a couple opinions about TikTok with it though, so I'll let you guys hop into it. Who's some comedians that are on the up and up, and what do they got going on?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be a proponent for Matt Rife. That kid started the argument. Matt Rife just finished it. That's all I'm going to say. The little boy who said, he said, you're wrong and you're mean to women. And Matt Rife said, he said, by the way, Santa Claus isn't real. Your mom got all your Christmas gifts with her OnlyFans money.
Good line.
Hey,
That's fair.
like,
That's fair. That's facts now. That's
it's
2024
like, he
comedy.
got so much
He got canceled
flack
for
for
that?
that. No, he.
I'm not canceled.
I think it was his stand-up. I don't know what it was. Like I said, Connor probably knows more, but I think it was something about his stand-up that he said something.
That was so funny. So he opened his first stand-up special on Netflix with it was like a domestic violence joke. But it was like, I mean, it was obviously a joke, and he was like, all right, I just want to like get the top of the roof kind of thing. And then I guess like
After it was out for a few days, a bunch of people with their fucking Twitter fingers started complaining.
Yeah.
And so he put out a link, said, here's my formal apology. Like, click the link to check it out. And it said a link to like a special needs helmet. It said, if you get offended by comedy, buy one of these.
There we go. I like that. I appreciate that.
If you get offended at a comedy show,
What are you doing,
I hope
bro?
someone kicks your teeth in.
I mean,
What are you doing?
you can't, especially. So Monique and I got on a cruise, right? And Monique wanted to sit in the front row. And I was like, why do you want to sit in the front row? Do you want him to do crowd work on us? She was like, no, I just want to get a good view. And I was like, I need you to understand this man is going to say something to us. He's going to do crowd work because that's all they do on cruises.
Y'all are interested.
It's for, right?
Bro, yeah.
Bro, international water, interracial couple. That's all I'm going to say. So, does this couple skits here and there, blah, blah, blah. And he starts looking around. I'm like, all right, here he comes. Starts on his left. We're sitting on his right. Says something to this crowd. Everybody's laughing. Says something to this couple. Everybody starts laughing. Talks about this guy, how he should get with this girl. Everybody starts laughing. He looks at us and he's like, so did you get her off the boat? My fiance did not think that was funny.
I can see Monique's face.
She did not think that was funny.
I'm telling you, bro.
She said, excuse me. And he said, no. You let the man talk for you. I promise you, I almost had to peel her. I almost had to peel her off of him because, but you have to understand, he fed into it. And that's all they do.
It's their job.
Yeah, literally. It's
their
like
job.
he found his one, and it was just my fiance.
And 2 sentences is all he needed.
Exactly. That's all he needed. But he literally said it. He said, oh, you picked you a good one off the boat, didn't you? I put my head down and I started laughing. She said, excuse me. I was like, please. He's going to keep going.
Oh, yeah.
He just laughed.
It's
just
literally
laugh.
one of them things, too, where it's like, if you fall victim to it, you've only helped them. Like, you're never going to walk away from the comedy situation being the person that got pissed and everybody's going to be like, yeah, you're right. That guy was such an asshole. It's never going to happen. You went to a comedy show.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what you expect. I mean, he'll find somebody in the back row if he wants to.
Oh,
It's
literally.
like, nobody's safe. Nobody.
It's literally the
You're on a boat in the middle of the water. You can't hide.
You know what's funny? We
So
actually,
he wants to find you. He'll find you.
you know what's funny? We actually saw him at breakfast too.
Oh yeah, that's the funny
Yeah.
part about like boat comedians.
Yeah, because he's
It's like, son, you gotta see me, son.
exactly. Yeah.
There ain't no way for you to go either.
I was getting some fruit and I saw him at the pancake line and I was like, hey man, I just want you to know I thought you were funny as fuck. And he was like, was your fiance really mad? I was like, nah.
Yes. Yes.
And she was heated.
I absolutely don't mean this, but I'm gonna smack that pancake out of your hand because she's looking.
Boom.
Yeah, you see that? Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
out your mouth. Funny shit, dude. Go.
Here's 20. Here's 20.
Well, to that
Bruh, I
point,
should've
like
tried.
Matt Rife also, like I think what the TikTok age has done has made it so that there are more of those interactions. I think that's part of the virility as well, but it's almost like a dual-edged sword because I think what happens is comedians will look for opportunities to do crowd interaction, but in the same sense will try to stick away from it to just stick to their material. And now we're in an age where people will put themselves in that front row to almost kind of cause that crowd interaction moment.
So I listen
know?
to a lot of comedy podcasts, a lot of guys that will express their opinions, like comedians bringing on other comedians to talk about the industry. And they said the audience has completely changed, like within the last year and a
100%.
half, that like they almost demand to be a part of the show. Like stand-up comedy is not crowd work. TikTok has just made it seem like
Exactly.
that.
I'm so glad
And
you
so
said that.
everyone goes thinking, "Ooh, like pick me." But
People
like,
will heckle to get that
yeah,
interaction.
like they'll
So-
start saying outrageous
Yeah,
shit.
coming from the outside looking in, that's honestly what I thought it was. Like those Def Jams and where people go to like the LOLs. And I thought it was do a little bit of your stand up and then start looking at the crowd for some crowd
No,
work. So that's not that. Okay.
5% of comedians have a set, and like they have written stuff out, they have practiced it to make it good, and or they're working out something new.
Right.
And then there's so many new comedians that can just do great crowd work, but can't write a joke to save their life.
To Connor's point, bro, like true comedians, they write that shit. Like this is
It might
this
not
is
seem
scripted.
it.
Yeah.
So that crowd work, when you see it for great comedians, like great comedians, is few far between and special.
Yeah.
When you see people like, man, I love Matt. I love Matt to death. I think he's doing his. I mean, I say I love him to death. I don't know that dude, but he's doing his shit, and I can support him doing his shit.
love you, Matt.
But like he'll almost, and he's even spoken about it, how sometimes he doesn't like it. He feels like he'll try to do material and people will heckle to try to get that interaction, but it's almost like you fed the beast that you have to deal with
he
now.
understands how he got to where he's at.
So who's the
Exactly.
Jimmy Carter? Jimmy Carr? Jimmy Carter as the president.
President.
That's a dead guy.
The president would do some stand up over here. But yeah, Jimmy Carr, but like that's the type of thing I'm talking about. It's he literally will find
So that's certain comedians. That's just
Yeah.
not everybody.
Okay.
So like, for instance, like Def Jam Apollo, right? The root of the shit. You look like Bernie Mac.
yeah.
Bernie Mac started one of his most famous first stand-ups with I Ain't Scared of You Motherfuckers, where he came on the stage. Now, that is an example of what you're talking about. He was talking to the crowd
Yeah.
because they had just booed off a man on stage.
I think I heard that
And so
story.
he was saying to the crowd, look, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
However, every joke he made after that point was the same jokes he had written. That was the bit of interaction.
He just opened it.
That's it.
He just
Now,
opened it,
mind
letting
you-
y'all know y'all ain't about to boo me off.
Exactly. Now,
Okay.
mind you, he didn't say, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Like you two in the front row. You know I ain't scared of you two, right? What's your name? He didn't do that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
He just addressed the crowd, letting
Just
them know like
adjust
y'all
the
ain't about to do this.
Because to your point, yes, it is a reciprocal experience. The crowd is supposed to be into it and interact. But
Yeah.
this, where we are today, where the crowd members, to Connor's point, they want to be a part of the show to the point where it's like, I want you to be like, I'm making noise. What's your name? I'm Amy. Amy, what do you do? I'm a nurse. And now Amy the nurse has her spotlight. That's what people want. They don't
Yeah.
want it to be, back in the day, it was the whole crowd feels away.
Yeah.
The comedian gets on the stage and addresses the whole crowd.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
what we are. Now we're like, I want my spotlight as the audience member.
And
So
what
do
people-
you think that helps or hurts?
Hurts
Okay.
so much. And what people don't
Okay.
realize is, like, I listen to Tom Segura's podcast all the time. He brings on comedians and stuff. And a lot of the, especially for the seasoned comedians, I don't know shit about the new ones, but the seasoned comedians, when they are doing crowd work, they're using written material.
Exactly.
They're just getting an example from a live audience so it looks, like they just thought of it, but they've had this joke for weeks or months or years. They're just looking for the opportunity to break it out.
Okay.
So it's not like they're coming up with something right on the spot and
Okay.
it's hilarious.
So, for example, if I'm like telling a joke and I have this joke written and I have the crowd in front of me, like say my joke is like, I had a brother, I was hungry as shit, so I bought myself some fries. I asked my bro if he wanted some fries before I bought it. He was like, no. Cool, I bought my fries. Now bro watching me eat fries. Hey, you, what's your name? Mary. Hey, Mary, you ever lend somebody some food one time, or you ever get some food one time, and now you got a best friend just hawking over your shit? Hell yeah. Exactly, Mary. So that's what my boy do. I got my fries. I'm in the car. Now I open my pack of fries and my boy asking for a fry. That's how a comedian would set up that joke. The joke's already established.
Yeah.
I took a second to let the crowd member in, which is similar to what artists do in hip hop or pop all the time. I'm singing my lyrics, and every now and then you can come in. You can interact with me. But believe, to Connor's point, we rehearsed these lines.
Yeah,
we wrote it.
Ooh, it just came to me.
Exactly. The reason I think it's more bad than good, you have crowd members, motherfucker, they didn't rehearse a goddamn thing. They paid for the ticket and showed up. You have crowd members showing up, changing the trajectory of your show whenever they feel like it because they want their moment, bro.
I mean, I've seen so many comedians online just get to the point they're so fed up. They're like, fuck it, written material's out. What's your name, lady?
Dead ass.
Like, it happens all the time. Like, the only interaction, laugh or don't laugh. Don't get offended. Don't scream out some shit. If it's funny and you like it, laugh. If not,
because my thing was when I would watch these videos, and like I said, I think I've been to who's those dudes who did the Impractical Jokes?
Impractical Jokers? Like
I went to one of their Sal. I went to one of their stand-ups, and they did no crowd work, and it kind of caught me off guard. But this is way before TikTok, so I was just like, okay. I mean, they had a couple of set things, talked about the show. That was that, right? So that was my first experience in the comedian world. And then TikTok
It's a tough first experience, no offense to the Impractical Joker.
I mean, Sal was funny. I mean, I'll be honest.
The only one not doing it.
That's more of like personalities.
Yeah.
They're more humorous than comedians, I feel like.
They do like almost like a skit kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
So like I've never been to like an actual show, and I guess eventually we'll have to find one, but I've never been to one.
Well, Charlotte's a huge city.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, almost everyone hits Charlotte. Like if they're going to hit North Carolina at all, it's going to be Charlotte.
They'll hit that good old Bojangles Stadium, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody, comedian on the show, if anybody's listening, go ahead and throw us an email. Go ahead and throw it out there. FairweatherFriends13@gmail.com. If you're a comedian, come on the show. I'd love to, pick your brain a little bit more. But so the thing about what happened with me is I watched Matt Rife do his crowd work, and I'm like, this is funny. Then we got on the boat, and that guy did crowd work. But he did about 35 minutes worth of material, and then he hopped in crowd work. So I was like, okay, he's doing crowd work, right? And then I watched a couple of these guys who will do some crowd work, and then they get to a point, like you said, where they're just like, can we get this motherfucker thrown out? And I'm like, that dude just gave you at least 5 to 10 minutes worth of material. But to your guys' point, I do see where it's like if I'm sitting here and pertaining back to our work, if I'm sitting here making a cold call, and every single time I make a cold call, I got somebody else coming in trying to tell me how to do it, I'm eventually going to be like,
kick rocks.
Dead ass. And I think that's where it comes to. It comes to the point where, like, yeah, bro, I get that you gave me 5-10 minutes worth of material, but I came here with 30 minutes written. And I practiced that 30 minutes, bro. And you've taken away 5 to 10 minutes of my material. And what people don't understand about comedians, bro, it's a very finicky climb from the bottom game. You gotta when you do a show, you're making sure you nail it for the security of your next show. When you have certain jokes that you're unsure of how they hit, you go to certain clubs to play those jokes because you don't want to play it in front of a certain crowd.
Okay.
It's such a meticulous game to be a comedian, not just doing it, but climbing it. That, bro, if anybody,
I mean, the only way to get real with it is to go on tour.
Dead ass,
I mean,
bro.
if they don't know who you are, no one's gonna. So I mean, you'll go out there to like Ohio, Kansas, Nebraska, just like these little rinky-dink like bars, just to do like $200.
And that's how you gotta get it. And the thing is, say you do that stretch, and again, bro, you took that material on a roll, you practiced it, and you don't understand, bro. Like, yeah, Matt is cool. We support Matt. He's one dude. Most comedians don't hop on TikTok, get on that crowd control shit, and blow up like Matt do. Like 99% of them tried that Matt route and realized the crowd don't like being talked to like that.
Facts.
Matt gets away with it because Matt looks like you just picked him up from a Disney Channel show. He was the older brother, and you threw him on a stage. Let's be real.
I mean, Wildin' Out. I mean, let's be honest. Wildin' Out did help him out too.
For sure, bro.
Not even that. He is a touring comedian. He's been touring.
For sure.
The past 10 years. So he actually did build his bones. It's just that now he played into like the good looking comedian thing.
Well, my thing is, I'm not saying he only got what he got because of his looks.
That's what I'm saying. A
at all.
lot of people think that.
No,
They
I don't.
think-
I don't.
They
I've
think
been
it was
paying
just his
attention.
looks, and he just blew up on TikTok,
No.
and now he's famous.
Bro, I've been on Matt Rife to his point.
Perspective. No.
But my whole
Perspective.
point I'm making to Matt
do
is
this.
the crowd
Perspective.
control people let him get away with because of what he looks like.
So you telling me whoever fixed his teeth didn't help his career?
No, that's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, that's the whole point he's making.
Oh, okay.
The whole point he's making.
I thought you said that.
No, I'm saying, he was not a good-looking dude. Like we said, Wild Out was not a good-looking dude. Even back then, he was making however much he was for Wild Out, but he was still touring. Like he was going to the
okay.
Well, that's how you get on Wild 'N Outs, bro. You tour. Like even him, bro, he was doing like stand-up competitions with black comedians and holding his own.
Yeah.
And that's to say something.
I think that's how
Yeah.
Nick Cannon actually like found him.
I'm pretty sure.
Right?
Yes, I'm probably how you found him and Maddie Smith, because Maddie Smith, her stand-up's funny too. And I saw one video of hers where she had to deal with a heckler too. And like perspective, yes, it's going to be super annoying. But I just thought from the outside of looking in, it comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory, but it's gotten out of hand. That's probably the best way to put it.
Like it always used to
that's
be
fair.
like every now and then someone might get too drunk, scream out some annoying shit. Now
No,
it's
that's
like
fair.
majority of the crowd expects to be
Because
involved.
like Enoch said, everybody is showing up with the intent of, I want to be that person that gets that person to acknowledge me, because now the camera is going to be on me.
That part.
No, I get
It's
that.
more
That
people
definitely
reaching
makes-
out to the comedian instead of the comedian reaching out to the audience.
Right,
Exactly.
right. Okay, got you. So, I mean, pretty much goes into the next part I wanted to go into, which we already talked about that, but do you guys have anybody who, dropped this earlier, is on the up and up, and is anybody coming to Charlotte that you think would be worth me going to? Because again, this is going to actually be my first time actually going to see a actual comedian do stand up.
In that case, I know Tom Segura is coming in April.
Okay.
And he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So we should definitely go to that one.
All right, I'm down.
Chris Rock just came through a little while ago. That was actually the first stand-up live show I went to was Chris Rock.
Okay.
When he came to Greensboro.
Yeah, nice.
I'm assuming he talked about the.
It was he was still working out the hour for that special
Yeah.
after the Will Smith slap. It was hilarious.
So a couple of people coming to Charlotte soon. We got Gabriel Iglesias. I think that'd be a good one. Andrew Schultz, I love.
Talker,
Andrew
crowd
Schultz.
work. Like he does killer crowd work.
Killer
but
crowd
he
work.
also writes seriously intricate jokes. Like he's a good one where he can make crowd work lean into his written jokes. He's talked about it several times.
Oh yeah, I
Gabriel Iglesias, I just love his stand-ups, bro.
Oh, yeah,
When
Gabriel's
he does
great.
His voice, his
his
impressions,
impressions,
and noises he makes.
Yeah.
We do have Gary Owen coming. I love Gary Owen.
Yeah.
Love Gary
He's
Owen.
so
bro.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro. Gary Owen is think like a man.
The white guy and
in every black
every
movie.
black movie.
Like,
Okay.
literally.
That's the best way I can describe it.
He loved me, married a black woman.
As soon as
had
you
black
said that, yeah, I
kids.
know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Who else is coming? Jay Farrow, who I haven't seen his stand up. Honestly, I'd be interested to see how he does because, like SNL, I mean, most people who go through SNL have some success, but it's like hit or miss for me for SNL comedians. So I'll check him out.
Is he the?
He's the impressionist.
Yeah. So he's more
his
of like
impressions would be great.
he's more of like a skit kind of guy. Like he didn't really write jokes.
Definitely be like him just doing impressions the entire time.
Yeah.
Is that like,
I was like, you
what's his
probably-
name? Like Jeff Dunn? Yeah,
Jeff
yeah,
Dunn.
I've seen it.
Jeff
Yeah,
Dunham, the ventriloquist.
The ventriloquist,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, he's pretty dope.
So like, his is like he writes jokes, but they're more like skits.
They're more
playing
skits.
into
Yeah, that's what I was
characters.
asking. Like the skit purposes, like
It's
Jeff
like that,
Dunham.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cat Williams is also coming.
Oh, that's
That's what I was going to talk about too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got the time.
Hey,
I don't know if we got the time.
No.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time, man. Let's dive into it. So I actually watched
Where are
it, and all I'm gonna say is this: when you air out as many people as he did, he's got it. Something's coming. I don't know if it's
Bigger,
Someone
bigger.
keep eyes on Cat Williams 24/7 for
Something's
the
coming,
next
bro.
at least 5 years. Like
Something's
there
coming.
has to be eyes
There
on
might
him at
be
all
some
times.
like Cat Williams committed suicide shit that I'd be like,
Here we go. Here we go.
No, it couldn't even be like that. It'd have to be like car crash.
Yeah,
it couldn't
Yeah.
be suicide. Like it
Yeah.
can't be suicide because we all know like Cat's just not like about that.
No, he's not.
Like you
I mean,
can't
once
play
he-
that off.
once he
and be
got-
like,
bro,
drug addict.
if
and
he didn't
hung
do
himself
it-
or something.
Bro,
like
if he
that.
didn't do it after he got beat up by that middle schooler, he's
That's what
never
I
going
got,
to do
bro.
it. Yeah, so like,
that was his biggest L. He ain't shake down from it. Here's my thing about Cat, bro.
Talk about 10 toes down.
You know what I mean?
him and Dave Chappelle talk about keeping 10 toes down, standing for what you believe in.
standing on business.
Down business.
Bro, that boy right there don't play no games. And so it's one of the things too. Like when it comes to celebrities talking about celebrities, bro. that's why I said what I said about Matt, bro. I support Matt wherever Matt is and doing, bro. I want to correct myself because I don't love y'all celebrities, bro. I don't know y'all. And I want to make sure that is known because y'all be on some shit that I don't know about sometimes. Yeah. So for Cat to say all he said, bro, I don't know what's true and what's not.
I mean, it can't all be true. It can't all be a lie. Like, where with it, bro?
And then the Cedric the Entertainer receipts did come out pretty quickly on Twitter right after he went on that rant. So, I mean,
everyone did.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everyone's been forced to talk about it. I mean, Kevin Hart had to talk about
Kevin
it on
Hart
The View,
twice,
on, like, on ESPN, right? Is when he had to talk about there too.
Sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's literally a point of like, well, I like it, but I think it's like similar to, and it's not the same scale, but like the list that came out with Epstein and shit like that. It's like to a certain point was what was in the dark for a while has to come to the light, whatever that means.
I saw that like 2024 is going to be the year.
It's the year of exposure.
What was hidden is coming out.
Swear to God, and I like it. Shit,
I mean fuck it. They dropped the documents from the court.
They did.
And
we have a couple of names already confirmed.
Yeah, it's
crazy shit.
Bro.
The Clintons haven't been
wild.
back from Mexico since 2023.
There's one comedian, I don't remember who he was, but he's like, you can't trust someone who doesn't believe in any conspiracy theory.
Oh, nah.
Like, yeah, exactly.
You think the government's
just... I've seen that shit.
You just think the government's batting 1,000?
Batting 1,000? Who said that?
I don't remember who it was.
Johnson or something?
Might be. I can't remember. I just remember that line. He's like, you just think they're batting 1,000?
Batting 1,000.
The way he said it, I absolutely loved it.
So I'm gonna give one last shout out to a comedian in case somebody knows about him. Josh Johnson is a very unknown comedian. He's like bubbling, like you can like look him up. He's been on Comedy Central and shit. Just like a little personal shout out. He's a comedian who I really like, who is very much on that honesty shit. So that was just like my little slide shout out.
In my list.
He was in there, right? That's my guy, bro. That's my guy. He's funny.
Have you heard of Ali Sadiq?
Hell yeah, come on, yo, Ali is hilarious, bro. He'll do like
he's coming to Charlie.
He's a good dude, bro. So like that's. Yeah, bro. Comedy.
He's got good stories.
I love comedy.
Yeah, he tells stories.
Bro, Ali was
crazy.
thinking because he used to be in prison. He's literally a dude who would literally do comedy shows in prison.
Remember the joke I told you? Mexican guy on boots.
Yeah.
That's him. That's him.
All right, bro, so producers tapping the bar. It's time to wrap it up here. So Connor, go ahead, give a little bit of an outro. What we got going on? What we gonna see from you?
You're going to see me talking a lot about anime and comedians. Obviously, if you can't tell, that's pretty much what I'm passionate about. I'm going to break out Monty the kitten, probably here on one of these episodes,
shout out Monty.
Everyone can admire him.
Yep.
He's going to become the real star of the
cutest
show.
cat in the world, until he attacks your legs and runs off.
Yeah, does a drive-by on your legs.
Man, he got me. I'm going to be honest. Enoch, what you got going on? Talk about the albums.
Oh, yeah. So we just dropped the album When We Go Up with that boy Crutch. Shout out Crutch. We got Daybreak Sonata number 27 about to drop. So I appreciate y'all staying tuned in. Don't get right back to it though.
Hey, we got to get some people on here, man. You got to get
we got some.
You got to get some talent out here.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We got a lot of guests coming. We got a lot of people that I do want to have talk on this podcast. Yeah. I'm excited for the conversations we'll have people in the future, man. This is gonna be. Yeah, I'm so excited, y'all. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. I'm glad both of y'all could be here, and just to give a little bit of a future. We're going to have a lot of people on here, a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different takes. Some we agree with, some we don't agree with. So please keep it tuned in, keep it locked in. For me, you're going to see the kids running around going crazy. I'm probably going to pull my hair out piece by piece with them. But other than that, man, I'm just going to keep it tuned in and locked in. But I appreciate you guys. Great first episode. And let's get out of here.
Yes,
peace.
Sir.